Dark matter and dark energy. When understanding atoms, it is important we understand dark matter and dark energy. Dark matter and dark energy is also a form of information in our universe. Our universe is filled with dark matter and dark energy. Just like the atoms and energy, dark matter and dark energy is also a form of information that is created by different forms of energy. To understand dark matter and dark energy, think of a black canvas. Now on this black canvas, imagine there is a white brush stroke. Think of dark energy and dark matter as the black canvas, and the white brush stroke as normal matter and normal energy. For the brush stroke to exist, the canvas has to exist. Dark matter and dark energy are like the invisible canvas on which our universe is created. 95% of this universe is filled with dark matter and dark energy. Imagine dark matter and dark energy to be like a three-dimensional fabric. It's on this fabric that atoms and energy are anchored. For atoms and energy to exist, dark matter and dark energy must exist. Dark matter and dark energy are part of the construction of this information universe. In any situation, the volumes that are present of different materials can give you an idea of what the base material is. Our universe is made up of 68% dark energy, and 27% dark matter. The atoms and energy we see account for just 5% of this universe. So one can understand dark matter and dark energy is the base of this universe. Imagine dark matter and dark energy to be like a three-dimensional fabric or canvas on which our universe is constructed. Dark matter and dark energy work with deterministic precision in creating our reality. We need dark matter and dark energy for the atoms and the normal energy to function. Dark matter and dark energy is the biggest component of the universe we live in. Just like atoms, energy, and all the other components of this universe, dark matter and dark energy work with deterministic precision to support the atoms and all the other components of this universe. There are no random events with how dark matter and dark energy work. Whoever created the atoms and energy created dark matter and dark energy. Just like the bottle and the lid, one is useless without the other. Fundamental subatomic particles. The neutron and the proton of an atom is made up of different fundamental subatomic particles. Fundamental subatomic particles also make up all the other components of this universe that help the atoms and other components to function. Think of these fundamental particles as information. Imagine these fundamental subatomic particles to be like symbols in a mathematical equation. For example, take a simple equation 8 divided by 2, 2 plus 2, equals 16. In this equation, there are values and symbols. The symbols impose a preset function on the values. Just like this, imagine the neutron, proton, and electron in the atom to be like the values in this equation and the fundamental subatomic particles to be like the symbols. Both the values and the symbols are two forms of information that act upon each other. For example, the fundamental subatomic particles called gluons act like glue holding other particles together. So in other words, the gluon particle is like the brackets in the above equation which hold together a particular part of the information within the bracket. All atoms and all fundamental subatomic particles participate in creating the information we see as reality. Just like grammar and spelling, all these particles participate in a mathematically precise, pre-designed format. There is nothing random about their participation and their functions. They work with deterministic precision. Presently, the most advanced science on Earth is trying to understand these fundamental subatomic particles. The biggest man-made equipment, the Large Hadron Collider, LHC, or CERN, which is the world's largest and most powerful particle accelerator, is trying to understand how these particles work. These particles are very small. In the Large Hadron Collider, these nanoscopic particles are accelerated and smashed against each other to break them and study their composition. Because they are so small, there is no other way to break them. To understand how the research into the atom and the fundamental subatomic particles are being done, let's look at a simple example. The atom and the fundamental subatomic particles are so small photons don't bounce off them. So there is no way for a human eye to see these atoms and these fundamental subatomic particles. We have to use advanced equipment in order to see these atoms and fundamental subatomic particles. So at CERN the scientists take these atoms and these fundamental subatomic particles and smash them against each other to disassemble them. To make it easy to understand, imagine the atom is your toilet. Inside the toilet, there are many fixtures, such as the wash basin, the commode, the shower cubicle, the taps, and so on. So imagine the toilet is so small we can't see inside. Imagine the wash basin, the commode, the shower cubicle and the taps are the fundamental subatomic particles within the atom. So what we do is we take two toilets and smash them against each other, so that the two toilets break to reveal what is inside. When the two toilets break, we see a wash basin, we see the commode and many of the fixtures in the toilet. Next time we take two wash basins and smash them against each other. Then we see two taps, many hoses, and many components of the wash basin. This is how we are studying the atoms and fundamental subatomic particles at CERN. What makes things so difficult is these nanoscopic components that are inside the atoms just disappear a few milliseconds after they are dismantled. Because the atom and all its components are made of different forms of energy, these components just dissipate into nothing a few milliseconds after they are dismantled. This is why scientists today are unable to establish the actual mass within the atom. But we see design and assembly within every type of atom and all the fundamental subatomic particles. This kind of assembly of energy cannot be created by random events. Picture shown below shows how we see the energy dissipation at the event of a collision of particles. Scientists have so far found 31 confirmed fundamental subatomic particles. At this point, we have accounted for all the particles required by the Standard Model, 6 force particles, 24 matter particles and 1 Higgs particle, also known as God particle, a total of 31 fundamental particles. These include antiparticles of antimatter particles, also known as dark matter. They include different types of gluons, different types of quarks and many other types of fundamental subatomic particles. The latest research has found 20 or more fundamental subatomic particles that are not mentioned in this model. The functions of these latest fundamental subatomic particles, such as tetraquarks, are yet to be discovered and confirmed. As our testing equipment becomes more advanced in the future, the deeper we look, the more fundamental subatomic particles we will find. The order and the precision in all these fundamental subatomic particles prove that we are inside an assembly of energy. These fundamental subatomic particles prove what we see as reality is a creation, where different forms of energy are assembled with precision. It is impossible for random events to repeatedly create such particles of energy in the first place, and it is scientifically impossible to explain how random events arranged these particles within an atom with such mathematical precision. The latest science has helped us understand how the different types of atoms need the support of these different types of fundamental subatomic particles to function. The 118 different types of atoms and these different types of fundamental subatomic particles work with each other with deterministic precision. Just like the bottle and the lid, these nanoscopic components of our universe work with each other with no randomness. Science has found that each of the 118 different types of atoms and the 31 different types of fundamental subatomic particles serves a vital role in creating our reality. Just like the atoms, these fundamental subatomic particles are also made up of different forms of energy. The deterministic way in which these components work with each other is irrefutable scientific proof that we are living inside a creation. A creation made up of different forms of energy. If I told you an unimaginable number of these fundamental subatomic particles that support the atoms to function, these nanoparticles that are identical to each other were created by random events, would you believe me? Can these fundamental subatomic particles that are unbelievably small that work with deterministic precision be created by random events? Is it scientifically possible? There are no random events in how they work to support the atom to function. Just like the bottle and the lid, they were created by the same creator, the same consciousness that designed our universe. Without consciousness designing such components that deterministically work with each other, these components cannot be created by haphazard random events. Precision working components that seamlessly work with each other with deterministic precision have to be designed. This is a scientific fact. A working system with two or more working parts has to be designed. The gods that created the atoms had good knowledge of the fundamental subatomic particles. Ask yourself, how can this kind of precision be created without planning and control? Precision is an irrefutable scientific sign of design and planning. The more we understand the latest science, the more we see planning and control in every component of our universe. All content in this video was excerpts from the book The Real Creator, available at Amazon Kindle. The link to the book is provided in the description below.